Hi, I know what you're thinking. That is not a Hobie Compass. Indeed, it is not. That is my Old Town Vapor. That's the kayak I've been paddling around in for the past 5 years or so. And I love the boat, but there's just a couple things I don't like about it. One, it's a little small. It's hard to get some stuff in there. I can't put any crate or anything in the back. But two is that seat. That seat's good for about 2 hours before my old body just can't take it anymore. And if I'm going to be fishing, I want to be able to sit in that seat for hours. So I started looking around, started thinking, well, I need a new boat. Where can I go? What kind of boats should I look at? So I'll just say as a warning, the worst thing you can do when you're thinking about getting a new boat is to go try one out on the water. So I had a chance to go down to a Hobie dealer fairly close to me and try out the Outback and the Compass, and spent some time paddling around or pedaling around, I guess, in both of them, and had enough time to sit there and make a decision, play with the different features of both of them. Um, and I really kind of like the Compass. It's lighter. It's got plenty of storage space. It just seems to fit me well. I like the fact that it has the rails already built into it, so I can put like my fish finder on there. It's already actually made to be wired for the Lowrance system, which is what I've got. Um, and all the storage space in the back. There are some issues with the storage space we'll get to a little bit later. Like there's no map pockets. I'm gonna have to add map pockets. The center hatch doesn't have anything but a hole in the boat, so I have to put something in there so I can get a little bit more organized on the storage. But playing with the Mirage Drive and paddling around, I really took a liking to the boat and ended up bringing it home. And there's some awesome videography with the hand in the frame. That's always a good thing. But here it is, rigged out. Couple fishing rods on it, life jacket. Got my pop, got my cell phone with my Pokemon Go sitting there and underneath the pedals. Um, that's it. It's simple. It's easy. Inside the hatch, you can see I have to get something for it because there's just empty hole down there, and eventually I put my battery and a couple other trays in there to get some more access. But yeah, there it is. Here we go. We're going to hit out on the water. And here we are on the water, getting ready to catch our first smallmouth out of the boat. Had it for a few days at this point, and I've caught a few fish on it, but didn't really, always forgot the camera or something like that. But so here we go. Here's a nice little smallmouth. So the boat is a fishing boat, and look, there's a fish, and it's coming in the boat, and there we go. So ta-da! It works as a fishing boat. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that I like about the Hobie Compass. First is the price point. That's the whole reason for the boat's existence is the price point. But with that, you're going to get into some of the things that I like about the Outback more than the Compass. You don't get the 180 drive; it comes with the standard Mirage drive, so you don't get to go reverse like you do with the Outback. You're losing a little bit of storage space. The Outback has more storage space. It has map pockets, which you can add to this boat. It has the bins and the storage hatches, which you can add to this boat. The Outback has handles on it, which you can add to this boat, and that's kind of the whole, how the price point got to be where it's at. There's a few things you can add to this boat, and then all of a sudden you're at the same price as the Outback. So why else would I have liked this boat over the Outback rather than the inexpensiveness of it? It's light, about 20 pounds lighter than the Outback. For me, that's important because this is kind of where I do a lot of my fishing. It's rivers, small ponds and stuff like that. Some places where I have to take the boat from my car. One place I have to go about 500 yards from my car to where I have to put in the water. So being light was important to me. Having the space to do the fishing. It has two rod holders. I think the Outback has four rod holders. I have the tracks on here. I've already got a rod holder so I can have my third one so I can use that for like a rigging place. Um, it's easy to get to the paddle, and you'll see here I pull the paddle out several times. Even in a river, you have to use the paddle every now and then. You get in a tight spot, you're not going to be able to pedal out of it. You have to pull the paddle out. It's easy to get to. It's fine. It's not inconvenient at all. Um, the Outback I think was a little faster. I don't know if it was because the drive maybe is a little bit more efficient or not, but it just seemed a little faster. Plus, it's about an inch narrower than this. This one's 34 inches. I think the Outback is 33 inches, I believe. They're both 12-foot boats. And other things I liked about this, the openness, and it was fun to paddle around. I didn't have any, there wasn't anything that made me say that I don't want this boat. I like the boat. So I went ahead and I got the boat, and haven't looked back so far. So the next little bit is I'm going to let the audio play and just be quiet for a minute, but you can kind of get an idea of how fast the boat actually goes. Just enjoy it for a minute. So at the end of that clip there, you're going to hear that thump, 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 and that's actually the fins from the Mirage drive hitting the hull, and that was something that I didn't really notice so much with the Outback. And then here you're going to see me, this is me standing up in the boat. I haven't really figured out a reason for standing up in the boat. You can actually feel the hull flex just a little bit, maybe under your feet, not a whole lot. You can cast up there. I have no problem standing up there and casting, and especially on a dead still water like this. But I can't move around. I can't paddle. I can't use the Mirage drives. I suppose if I have a stake, I could put it there, but I don't really have a way to store a stake. So I'm not really sure why standing up in the boat is so important. I just haven't learned a use for that yet, I think is what really comes down to. But to stand up, I don't have to pull on anything. I just kind of rest my hand on the pedal and stand up, and sitting down, just plop down and down you go. Ooh, look at me, so fast. While I load up the car here, a couple other things to mention about the Compass. The seat's a little fiddly getting it in and out, and I wish they would have given us a little bit more adjustment to lean back a little farther. Right as I've got it back as far as it'll go. And I wish I could go back just a little bit more. I don't know if it's that much of a problem, but getting the seat in is very easy. It's two little bungee cords that hook on it. Then you connect two straps to the side of the boat. I've seen some videos where people just put the seat in wrong and it rocks back and forth. You put it in right, it doesn't rock back and forth. But getting it out sometimes is a little fiddly. The carabiner clips are a little small and in a tight spot. The other thing I don't like about it is the fact that there's no handles. It makes this a little difficult getting it on here. You see, I've got to open up the hatch, then lift it up and throw it on top of the car. Yeah, try doing that with an Outback. The good news is the Outback has handles, but this one does not. And here is in real time, you get to see me struggle in real time trying to get this thing open. Like I said, I got to open the hatch because there's another handle. The handles are built into the hull and they're really, really small. But that's about a 78-pound kayak, just right up on top of the car. No issues, no big deal. Just like I said, handles would have been nice to have. So some final thoughts here while we're on this black screen here. Why would you get a Compass over an Outback? Well, the biggest reason is, for me at least, it was because I could put it on top of my car. I tried to load both of them at the dealer. Said, let me just try and get both of those on top of my car. I could get the Compass on top of my car. I couldn't get the Outback on top of my car. Realistically, if that's not an issue, if you have a trailer, I think I'd spend the extra money for the Outback. The Outback has the 180 drive. It has the storage pockets. It's got a few more features that the Outback doesn't have. But if you want to get into a Hobie and you can put some of those accessories off for a while, Compass is the way to go. It's a nice boat. It's a fun boat. It does what I need, and after having it for a while now, I'm really liking it. It's growing on me really well. So check out their deal or their websites. Check out your dealer. Go try one. Make your own decision, but I chose the Compass. Have a great day.